Hello everybody. Let us understand Plato and his philosophy and philosopher king. As I am having my walk, so there may be some disturbance, or there may be some breeze, and these things are just to I am actually having the weather here is cloudy, so there may be some issue with signals, but let us understand Plato with more depth, and we will analyze multiple dimension, and we will dissect this topic. So let us start. Without wasting any time, let us start. First, I will talk in context I will speak from the perspective of context, or I will speak contextually, that about his age, etc. So actually, the ideology, first of all, let me tell you that the ideology of Plato was, what was the ideology of Plato? The ideology of Plato was rationalism. He was more rational, and he was the believer of rationalism, and rationalism is his philosophy. So rationalism is actually dealing with the things that are inside our mind, ideas, more related with ideas, and on the other side we have empiricism. In empiricism we have we don't give that much focus on ideas, rather we just go for practical things like the science do. Science is empirical knowledge. So this was about rationalism, and his focus was on philosopher king. Actually, he was in favor. He was wanting, and he was a man who just wanted to create a state of philosopher, and which is called ideal state, and the king will be philosopher king. So his idea was that, and then he was influenced by Socrates, Homer, Pythagoras and Hercules, and he influenced other philosophers like Augustine, and Descartes and Hobbes, Leibniz, and we have Russell and Hegel, Marx, Nietzsche. These philosophers were influenced by him. And if we talk about his keywords is one of my favorite, which is called the Republic. And then we have, actually his work is in dialogue form. So he was not a man who wrote anything, but later it is in dialogue form. A dialogue form, or two-person conversation, or three or more conversation, and this is in they do conversation, and this is in conversation form. So the key work were the Apology, the Republic, the Laws, the Menu, the Politics. And before him we have laws that act as a foundation of Greek democracy. Before him there was democracy and political justice, and political justice is an important of human ideas, not reflection of natural justice. So actually this was before him, that democracy and these things. So the Greek democracy and the Athens lawmaker Solon lays down laws that act as the foundation of Greek democracy. But after him, he was actually in favor of not in favor of democracy. He was a state where philosopher are king, and later we will discuss that what are the protocols and what are the his concept and his selection of king and these things. Political, political. If we just talk in political context, so and politically, actually he gave the idea of philosopher king and ideal state. Due to his background, and his teacher was also just killed by people, and he was hanged. So this was उसने जहर का प्याला को पी लिया था. तो ये था. फिर इसके बाद हमारे पास जो है ये एक वार हुई थी एथेंस में, Peloponnesian War. You can check the pronunciation. एंड ये हुआ था. तो इसके बारे में फिर ये उसको एथेंस को ये बहुत इसमें शिकस्त हुआ था. और फिर हमारे पास जो सुकरात इसने जो डेमोक्रेसी का कॉन्सेप्ट था उसने रिजेक्ट कर दिया. और इसके बाद जो सुकरात जो था उसने कंडम अंडर द ensuing of डेमोक्रेसी के बावजूद उसने वो जहर का प्याला पी लिया था और कंडम या कंडेमेंट. हाँ, तो ये उसने जहर का प्याला फिर वहाँ पर पी लिया और फिर वो वहाँ पर ये डेमोक्रेसी थी. और फिर भी वो बेचारा वो हो गया. तो ड्यू टू दिस रीज़न we have multiple criticism over his ideal state, and these things later we will discuss them. But actually human is the product of their environment. So this was his environment. Due to this reason, the Plato was rationalist and the ideal state and these things. This was, we are talking in context. So the Plato's theory of justice was individual justice. Actually, according to him, humans have a rational part, spiritual part, and appetitive part. These three parts, human mainly, according to him, every human have these three parts: rational part, spiritual part, and appetite part. Now tripartite, tripartite, tripartite. According to him, king, rational part or reason seeks after truth and is responsible for our philosopher inclination. It enables an individual abstract and moral reasoning. तो इसके मुताबिक जो जिस बंदे का रैशनल पार्ट डोमिनेंट होगा वो हमारे पास किंग होगा, उसको फिलोसोफर किंग का नाम दिया गया. और फिर उसने स्पिरिचुअल पार्ट की बात की थी. फिर हम इसको डिस्कस करेंगे कि जिस बंदे का स्पिरिचुअल पार्ट डोमिनेंट हो तो वो क्या बनेगा. इसने पूरा का पूरा सिस्टम वो अपनी आइडियल स्टेट के लिए दिया होता और ये पैरामीटर्स उसने बताई हुई थी, बेंचमार्क सेट किया था. तो फिर स्पिरिचुअल पार्ट के बारे में उसने बात की थी कि जो इट इज़ रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर फीलिंग एंड एंगर एंड these things, and anger, feeling, love, hate. This was a spiritual part, and appetitive part is responsible for desire, such as desire of acquisition of material goods, food, and sexual desire. So these were about human. He was, he pursued human like that, and then on the basis of this, he just gave the concept of political justice, and which he the guardian, and according to him, on the basis of those who have rational part dominant will be guardian, and those who have spiritual part dominant will be auxiliaries, and producer will be those having appetitive part dominant. So actually this was about his ideas. And justice, according to him, justice is the principle of specialization. Now let me tell you that justice is the principle of specialization. It demands for every social class to specialize in a station of life allocated by the true lottery and training. Justice, therefore, to Plato, required each person to fulfill the social rule to which nature fitted him and not interfere in any other business. तो इसका ख्याल था कि ये जो नेचर ने हर एक इंसान में क्वालिटी रखी हुई है, तो इस वजह से इंसान को वो काम करना चाहिए जिसके लिए उसे नेचर ने बनाया है. तो this is the first amongst the series of arguments used by Plato justify the rule of philosopher king. तो फिर उसने कहा कि philosopher king कौन होगा, ये सब उसने बता दिया. तो फिर उसने कहा कि जस्टिस एक ही सूरत में हो सकती है अगर वो हमारे पास philosopher king आ जाए, वरना due to this reason he was also against the democracy, as I have mentioned the example of his teacher. Now justice is the principle of specialization. Now let me tell you about something about allegory of cave, and using this analogy he just derived things from it. I will be explaining allegory of the cave in a very brief way, and you can go through that with more detail. Now let me tell you that actually in allegory of cave we have to tackle down the cave, that what is the meaning of cave in this allegory, and then we will go for the shadows, and then we will go for the escape and then return, and then we will go for the escape, the return, and these things. In allegory of cave we have cave. So according to him that everyone is enchant form, human is enchant form, and in this process you will in the cave the people are seeing shadows of outside people, so they are considering reality that this is the reality. While the escape, when philosopher, according to him, someone escape and break the chain, and he told that these are actually the philosopher king, and they have their rational part dominant, and they deserve to be king. So they just break the chain and go outside, and then said that no, you people were wrong, and this is not the reality. We have the reflection of shadows. How this can be reality? So and the man returned and then tell each one that this is the case. And now let me tell you that you should remember this for the examination, that from the Republic I have taken it, or you can take it from internet, that until philosophers are kings, until philosophers are kings, cities will never have rest from their vices. तो ये इसने कहा था कि जब तक फिलासफर किंग ना होगा तो जस्टिस और ये लोग कभी भी ये अपने वाइसेस से निकल नहीं पाएंगे. तो ये इसने कहा था और फिर ये सब कुछ उसने कहा हुआ था. Now let us summarize our lecture in few minutes, or in some time, and in a brief time. Actually the rule of now let me tell you that the rule of rulers is to ensure the people follow the good life. तो इसने कहा कि पहले हमने बताया कि जो लोग है उसका जो रूल ऑफ जो रूलर्स है, रूलर जो रूल करते हैं, फिलासफर, किंग और ये, तो इसका ये काम है कि ये गुड लाइफ को इंश्योर करेंगे. फिर इसने कहा कि नोइंग व्हाट द गुड लाइफ इज रिक्वायर इंटेलेक्चुअल एबिलिटी एंड नॉलेज ऑफ एथिक्स एंड मोरलिटी. तो इसने कहा कि अगर आपने गुड लाइफ को जानना है तो ये इंटेलेक्चुअल काम है, इसके लिए आपको इंटेलेक्ट का होना पड़ेगा. फिर उसने इसके बाद उसने क्या कहा, ओनली फिलासफर हैव द एबिलिटी एंड नॉलेज. तो इसने फिर ये बात बहुत की कि ये सिर्फ फिलासफर का काम है. और फिर पॉलिटिकल पावर शुड ओनली बी गिवन टू फिलासफर. तो उसने फिर ये एनालॉजी की कि नहीं, ये जो पॉलिटिकल पावर है ये सिर्फ फिलासफर्स के साथ होना चाहिए. तो नंबर 1 भी उसने कहा कि रूल कौन करेगा, रूलर शुड इंश्योर द गुड लाइफ. उसने ये कहा कि हाउ टू नो गुड लाइफ एंड हु विल नो इट दैट इट इज अ स्पेसिफिक लाइफ इज अ गुड और नॉट. सो फिर उसने फिलासफर का कहा, फिर उसने ये जो फिलासफर का है कि ये एक रैशनल बंदा कर सकता है. तो फिर उसने पॉलिटिकल पावर की बात की कि ये पॉलिटिकल पावर उस रैशनल बंदे के साथ होना चाहिए. और फिर इस तरह पॉलिटिकल फिलासफर किंग का कॉन्सेप्ट है वो हमें नज़र आता है. तो फिर आई विल रिपीट दैट until philosophers are king, cities will never have rest from their evils. ये दूसरा हुए है. तो ये आप याद रखिए कि until philosophers are kings, until philosophers are kings. I'm repeating these concepts so that you know repetition is a way through which you can just put things inside your conscious as well as subconscious mind. So repeat किया करें इन चीज़ों को, जितना रिपीट कर सकते हो आप करें. और फिर ये इसने कहा हुआ है कि until philosophers are king, cities will never have rest from their evils. तो इसने कहा कि फिलासफर जब तक किंग ना होगी तो सिटीज़ के लिए ये बहुत ज़्यादा मुश्किल होगा कि या ये निकल नहीं पाएंगे अपने evils से. तो ये उसने कहा. So this was all from my side. If you have any question, then you can ask, repeat this lecture and watch it and comment, and then we will discuss and we will have an atmosphere of discussion. So in this way we will create ideas, we will discuss things through discussion. We can just after discussing thing we will have material that we will learn things, different concept, and we can also just absorb these concepts through discussion and clarity of mind. And this way you will be in the examination hall or during discussion with someone or during your interview or other test, you can just use your knowledge to influence other. Thank you very much. Be happy and stay blessed.